We have questions that we had left over from last month, and we promised that we would read them. So those of you who didn't get your question asked, hopefully it's in this stack right here. Unless your question was very similar, and we'll be doing this today. As the questions come up, and I filter through them, if I find that we have a number of questions that are all pretty much aimed the same direction, I will consolidate them. So if it isn't worded exactly as you wrote it, but it might be very similar to what somebody else wrote, then that's how it's going to be asked. So just so you understand that. And I think that's what I am concerned about. Now we have one microphone, so it's going to be walking back and forth to get the information to folks. And questions? Whoa. Oh, outstanding. So we have a lot of shy people today. This is excellent. I want to also thank our legislators for being here. As Mike said, they're down in Boise all week. And if you've been to these sessions in the past, you understand just how busy our legislators are. It is go from can to can't for them, and can't generally winds up being pretty late. So, yeah, they run willingly, they do this, but I happen to know these folks, and they do this because they believe very strongly in the system that we have set up in this country, and they are our representatives. And whether they're a senator or representative, they are representing us, their constituents. And they do it because they want to do things right. So for them to be here this morning and to face the questions that they're going to get is really something we need to be thankful for, is that they're here to be here. And the fact that we've got all of them here is tremendous, so I'm very pleased about that. So I'm going to start off with a question for John Green. When and how to go to war with the #1 enemy, the liberal media. That literally is what I read.
Well, the when is, it started a long time ago. The how, that's, we just have to keep telling the truth to ourselves. One of the benefits we have is social media has given us a good tool. I know a lot of us have been targeted to try to limit our voice through social media, but through persistence, and with all of us doing it, I think we can overcome that. We're in a kind of a difficult boat because, especially locally, we don't really have an unbiased source of news. Although I will say that since the last election, and I don't subscribe to the local paper, I read the online version occasionally, I have seen a change in at least the tone. So whether it's intentional or not, at least there's on my point, I perceive that they are trying to be a little more fair. The bad news is that since I've been in Kootenai County, we've had what I consider 2 real journalists work for the local paper. One of them has left and is doing her own media company now. The other one just left and took a job with the county, and I'm glad he's there, but you know, I had no complaints about the way he wrote a story. So we have to just be persistent, keep pushing the local media and let them know that you want our support, you want our advertising dollars or our subscription dollars, that you've got to change your tone and be what you're supposed to be, and that's a source of information and not a political page for our enemies, because the people that are opposing us are indeed our enemies.
We were all able to hear him. This is a pretty nice venue for people to hear. What I think we'll do is, if one of our legislators gets up and if you can't hear, and if it's somebody, let us know. We'll give them the mic, but it's going to save us a lot of time and hassle running back and forth. But just let us know if you can't hear. Is that all right?